Well, here we are on the bedrock again. Wayne and John and I have come back to the spot that I was working the last couple of videos. And we're working some serious bedrock. At this point, we are discovering that the easy gold is gone and now we really have to work for it. So I'm going to cruise down here and take a look and see what John is doing, because he's working on a serious crack here. Alright, and let's see.
It was jammed up real good in here, in through all here with a root that was just locked into the rock solid.
So you pulled the root out, but there's a whole bunch of material that was blown in behind the root.
Yeah, I'm hoping
all that. Oh well, okay.
It's got some decent looking material.
We had to bring water, but you could throw a little water in there and run a test on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sounds like a plan. And
you know, Rick, this whole entire piece from here down to here
will move.
Will move.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I've got a big piece over here. I got my big bar, and you and I can get on that one, and we'll see if we can get on the one over here that I was trying to move last time I was here.
Yeah, because from the top end it slopes back under it.
Yeah.
There could be a lot of material, and there's some pretty good sized roots underneath it. So
exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, let me grab my clippers, and we'll get rid of those blackberry bushes before we start bleeding.
All right, we can do that.
Okay, and we'll go for that. All right, let me finish my video here for a second, and we'll come around. And now we're gonna have to go up across the bedrock, because I see Wayne way up the upstream. Let me get over to Wayne if I can hop down here without killing myself. There we go. Whoa! All right, and Wayne is working the cracks as per usual. Let's get over here and see what Wayne's digging into. All right, and Wayne has found a couple of nice cracks in the bedrock that have not been worked before, and he's got his handy dandy ice teaspoon and little screwdriver, and he is probably going to get some nice gold out of those. All right. Yeah, it's been a long time since Wayne and John and I have been out. They have been very, very busy doing other stuff, and I have been taking care of my wife, so yeah, we haven't had a chance to get out too often, but now we're here, we're going after the gold. Okay, I'm back at the hole that I was working before, and I've managed to remove a couple of large rocks, and that hole, now that's bedrock that my spoon is resting on, so that bedrock is running all the way back, and I'm getting a decent amount of material out of it. So it should yield something, at least I hope it yields something. Anyway, so John and I are going to attempt to move a big rock. We'll be back if there's no hernias involved. All right, well, we got the big bar and moved this huge chunk of bedrock. Couldn't move it far, but we were able to tip it over. And as you see, let me get back here a little bit. This is a gradual incline of bedrock that leads up to where John is working right now. All right. Now John's going to get down in here, and there's a ton of material that started out in that big deep crack and is now right down in here. Look at all that material, and I'll guarantee you there's some nice chunky stuff gold hiding down in there. So John is going to have a good time. Yeah, that's when you get most of it moved out, save a little bit and we'll throw it in the pan, and we'll do a test on it, okay?
Sure.
Alrighty. All right, we have John playing with his rock over there. He's going to get some more material from underneath on this side. Okay, if he stays on his feet. Okay. I'm glad that rock is nice and stable leaning over there.
Oh yeah. It's real good.
Yeah, unlike my rock, which would come down and crush my fingers in a second if I didn't have 26 rocks under it. Okay, so we're going to take a look at my huge rock. And there it is, as you can see. At least I hope you can see. Alright. I got that big rock that's horizontal right there at the bottom. That's my fulcrum rock. And managed to lift the end of this huge chunk of bedrock. And there is some sweet stuff all the way down in here. I'm going to try and get down, get a shot underneath there if I can. Alright, and I haven't cleaned that out at all yet. So we hope there is a whole bunch of very nice chunky gold trapped down there. Now coming down the side of this rock, you can see where we had one crack separating two chunks of bedrock here. We now have a third crack, and that means that this chunk right here I should be able to pry out, and there's a whole bunch of material down under there too. Let's get down here and see if we can see the material. All this, we got some branchable bedrock down in there, and on the right hand side there's a bunch of dried clay there, and that's our rock. So we'll continue working on this. It's going to be a all-day project. I'm certainly hoping there's some gold down in there, because I'd hate to do all this work and not have anything to show for it. Okay, well, we're gonna head on out here. I think I am the big dog as far as the amount of material I got out of places, because I took out those two side rocks and got down and completely cleaned this side of the big rock. We got it all down to, there's a little moist clay layer on top of the bedrock down there, so I was scraping that out. And I've got the large rock kind of propped up here on a couple of other rocks. There's, excuse me, almost falling over here. Okay, and then we got a couple of rocks over here supporting that side. So at some point, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, I might actually be able to move that big rock. But we'll see what we get in the recirculator today out of the 2 half buckets that I completely filled up with material from underneath these rocks. Hopefully we'll get some nice gold, and I'm wrapping it up, taking the material, or all the panning material and things, classifiers, back up to the truck.